Hi there, welcome to Prime Time. I'm Paul Orford, and today I'm with my good friend Oren, who, as you're probably aware, very, very well-known person in the industry for many things, whether it's technology, forex, retention, or whatever.
In various positions and experience, yeah.
So,
Done them all.
so what I wanted to really pick his brains about today was the lifeblood, not only of forex or a brokerage, but any company, which is leads, which is sales, which pay our salary, keep us in business, and therefore, keeps our CEOs happy and us in jobs. So we've had a lot of changes recently with GDPR and things like this.
True.
How can a leads organization, for example, deal with this? How does it work?
Well, first of all, from my point of view, no business can sustain itself or operate if they don't have a sustainable flow of leads or interested potential clients, because you have nobody to sell your services or products to. So if you don't have leads, you don't have a business, bottom line. The two main ways to generate leads in general, before I talk about GDPR, it's either you do it in-house and you have the capabilities of generating your own leads by various channels, or that you use a third-party providers like marketing agencies, affiliates, influencers, and so on and so forth. From a GDPR point of view and from the new regulation, which basically started last year, we're basically looking in the European Union, let's say European zone at the moment, we're looking about something which should have happened a very long time ago. Because basically GDPR says that you cannot abuse, you cannot use, you cannot obtain clients or interested, what we call opt-ins, information and data without their approval. And when I say approval and consent, they need to know who is the person that they are, or who is the organization, the operation which they are leaving their details to. What is he going to do with this information? Is it going to be used only by him? Is he going to sell it to other people? Is he going to market it for other operations? And the last thing is, how would you like me to be in touch with you? What our communication skills, our communication channels between me as the organization and you as the potential client? Can I contact you via SMS, via email, different channels, social media? And what should I talk to you about? Is it promotions? Is it offers? Just news? Just updates? That's really important. That's, let's say, in a very macro level view of things. And if you ask me, I think it's one of the best things, because you might be at a point that one day you saw some ad, you registered for it, and you thought it's like very naive, very nice. Like maybe in the future we'll get to it. I don't know, like a few years ago, 10 years ago, the American Green Card Lottery was going out there. Many people registered, and then you discovered that some forex broker purchased your lead or purchased your information in a phone call for some heavy accent individual. Yeah, you were interested in forex. And so from a GDPR point of view and regulation, I'm happy about that. That also made a lot of marketing agencies and marketing individuals in general to start, let's say, behave. Okay, not forgetting that today you must be fully GDPR compliant when you operate in Europe. As a matter of fact, all across the globe it's better for you. Because if somebody would like to complain, would like to opt out, would like to report an abuse, anything, you have to be in touch with this person. There's a lot of old, let's say, landing pages and marketing campaigns which is like you opt in and like, okay, the contact button doesn't work. Like, okay, I don't want to be a part of this, please. Like, please stop, and you cannot. So you literally have to do something. I don't know. I don't even know what to do in this case.
All right, I'm kind of in agreement with you with GDPR, because in that industry of, like, let's say the outsourced or third-party marketeers, they do have quite a bad reputation. So hopefully this will clean them up. Look, another thing which is, I've always felt it was a good idea to outsource as well, because you can have it in-house, but they can never do as much. And more importantly, I think a third-party marketer, a lot of the time they're performance related when it comes to their remuneration. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm a big believer that any operation should have its own skills and own abilities of generating leads in-house. The problem is that, let's be honest, in order for you to do so, you have to be highly professional. You need to have some sort of a methodology, let's say a secret recipe, in order to generate leads. There are endless ways of generating interest, let's say, in such a product or a service, okay? What we call lead generation, or the acquisition funnel of how do I obtain new clients and customers. So from a perspective of using third-party providers, I'm always up for it. As a matter of fact, in any operation I ever managed, which I was in need of lead generation, I would like 99.9% start with third party, choose a few partners, if it's marketing agencies, SEO agencies, I don't know, PPC, affiliates, partner program, whatever you do. And then you dedicate a budget and guidelines of rules. How do I accept the client? What would I pay for? What do you earn from that? And then you bring in, let's say, companies and marketing partners, which are, they're supposed to be highly professional, how to generate leads for you according to your rules and your needs. So that's a very good, fast solution. From an operation point of view, usually for the long run, you will start, let's say, with 100 partners, and then you have to downsize it, because you need to find your right partners. They give you the right amount of leads, the right quality at the right price. Otherwise, you're killing yourself. Yeah. And during this time, once you start, then you downsize. You need to balance, the sheet again, let's say, and then start generating your own leads. And lead generation, it's a big thing.
All right. So one thing which I've always felt was a bit of a challenge for people in that industry is transparency. Like, how do you know that name has been bounced around like 30 brokerages?
Okay, so it's not just an industry thing. Let's put it this way. Today, online, you have two main ways of lead generation, okay? So online, you do it either through mobile channels or what you call desktop, just your computer, the usual stuff. Then on the desktop, a few years ago, Google changed the rules and they started adding ad blockers, and there are no more pop-ups. And all of the media networks we used to use for pop-up traffic and stuff like that, they basically died, and they started reselling our leads and using what they know from our activity, blah, blah, blah. Now we are paying, let's say, 50 euros per lead instead of paying the actual market price, which is 5 or 7. That is a problem. So from, let's say, a perspective of, let's put it this way. If I want to be able to generate leads, okay, and I want to, let's say, have a marketing campaign going up, running, I need to know exactly who am I going to work with, what is it going to give me, and for how long we can run together. And that's how it is. It's hand in hand. It's partnerships. It's not just people that will throw leads at me and I will pay, and it will just die. All right. And then from an internal point of view, you have to build a brand eventually. If you're building a product, if the product name is Boo Boo Gaga, or if it's Gordon Ramsay, I don't know what it is. If it's foodie, it doesn't matter. People need to be identified with your brand-wise. And if you will look at what's going on right now in all the social media networks, in all of the marketing networks, they ask you to boost your post, to boost something which is not just your brand. They want content-related branding into your campaigns and stuff like that, because they don't want just some fake news, let's say, or fake landing pages or fake campaigns attracting people and ending up in scam, let's put it this way.
All right, so the $1 million question always is actually, dollar's the right word. What sort of budget would you need then, man, to kind of get away with this? Or not get away with, that's the wrong word, like to have a sustainable, you're a startup brokerage, okay, and it's a really tough industry to get involved in. You do need deep pockets for this. So how much would you suggest? Because you've been on this side of the fence where you've worked for brokerages, where people do need to pay for this. What would you be looking to pay?
So I've been on both sides of the mattress. I've been on the operation side, I've been on the affiliate side, marketing side, everything. There is no predefined, let's say, top of the head budget. Budget needs to be allocated according to your, let's say, channels and your campaigns and your partners. Then it has to be aligned with the geolocation that you do. Let's say, for example, I can take 10,000, go to India, and I will get amazing results. I'll take the same 10K, I'll go to UK, and I will not get the same results. It's a fact. Why? Because what you call, I forgot what's the name, the socio-economy segmentation of a specific country is it's more trendy, there is more demand for UK-based customers. So you tend to pay more for those type of clients, all right? So that's the main thing. From a budgeting point of view, really, and I've said it so many times, you cannot start a budgeting campaign going scattered all over the countries, all over the place. You have to be very specific, everything. And I don't see, like, let's put it this way. In this industry today, you pay an average of $750, $800, which is roughly, let's say, 750 euros per CPA, per cost per acquisition, and you paying customer. That's a lot of money. So if you spend 75,000, so you're already at what, 100 new paying depositing clients. So roughly you need to look anywhere between 50 as a starting budget and then scale up. The most important thing about budgeting campaigns in marketing is that people tend to forget, and I mentioned that in many of the key speech notes that I used to give in the expos, that your ROI has to be calculated correctly. If I spend 10,000 and I brought 100 FTDs and fine, but eventually the client value is much less than I paid, so you are in negative ROI. So your marketing budget doesn't end there. Your marketing budget just started losing money there when you obtained a new paying client. After that, there's the internal marketing, which you need to know how to keep him running, how to increase his value. That's a very difficult thing, especially with the additional let's say European ESMA, ASIC regulations today, FCA, everybody's going crazy completely. So that's a very important thing. So your budget, first of all, has to be allocated to specific geolocations, specific partner, let's say channels, okay, partners, whatever you do. Then you have to understand your acquisition funnel, then your retention or internal marketing funnel. Without that, you're lost. So minimum 50K per month, minimum, not.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Everyone tries to nickel and dime it. Where you're not going to do that. Look, it's gone are the days where you could get MT4 white label, like say $5,000 down payment and all the extras, and then some dude has got a database. That is gone, man. I think minimum for you to start in this industry now, you got to be able to burn $1 million. And not cry at night to lose it.
About a monthly budget, which is a minimum. No, you need to look at. Listen, I've been talking to many brokers. Again, it really depends. It's a very vague discussion right now. Because think about marketing this way: you have a team in order to cater to really make money. It's a whole operation, a living organism that needs to be able to attract clients, to get clients in, to process their funds, to give them the service, to obtain the regulation requirements, then keep them live, keep them trading, offer them to them services, products which they would like, so they will pay more, so you increase their value. Then you need to talk about life expectancy. That's the whole true meaning of a brokerage operation or financial or any service provider. If today we do Forex, tomorrow we do, I don't know, how do you call it, the CBD or all the marijuana type of offers, or it doesn't matter if you go to the porn industry or any other industry, it doesn't really matter. You need to understand what do you sell, how do you sell it, how do you cater to your need. So the moment somebody sees, this is interesting, and he gets into your shop, okay, you need to know how to make sure that by the end of him living and paying at your shop, he is happy first of all, and he paid as much money as you need him to pay. Otherwise, there is no business, right? And that's something that what you mentioned about people buying these lists or databases, it still exists. This will never change, not just in our industry, in any industry. This is one of the biggest issues a lot of brands have today, that hackers come in, they do DDoS attacks, or they do many other stuff. They hack into the system, they drink everything. It happened with the biggest banks in the United States. It's not like we invented this thing or it happens only here. And then people are being, I don't know, email marketed or have some call centers somewhere across the Himalaya mountains calling them. I really don't know. And they take out money from them. And let's say the creativity of those people is amazing. You don't even understand the things they are saying online.
All right, mate, well, I think we better stop there because you got me scared. So I'm going to up my protection on my computer. All right, what's the best way for people to get hold of you?
The best thing is to get a hold of me through my LinkedIn account, I believe. If you know me, and I'm a member of a few forums, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, I'm very active there. I like my social life. So feel free to contact me on LinkedIn. If not, what else can I offer them? LinkedIn will be for the best for this point, I would believe. Don't like sharing all my information online, yeah?
That's it, people sell it on, man.
So broker will call me and say, yeah, I saw your video. You need to make a deposit.
All right, thanks everyone. See you soon. Cheers, bye.
Cheers.